Claustrophobia is a weird one. It's not really a typical Leoka episode. It's not about the Leoka warriors getting in trouble, although they do. It's not even about the Santa attack. It's a simple electrified fence sort of thing, just using the school's gym as the entire fence. It's really simple. The concept doesn't really have much to say, sadly. No, this episode is the strangest of all anomalies. The first ever and probably only, let's hope, Sissi episode. Yep, Sissy drives this entire plot outside of the Lyoko stuff, and the Lyoko stuff is mundane at best, simple at worst. I mean, yes, we get to see a toilet paper plank, but it doesn't really mean much. This episode is just a week, a 2 out of 6. Why is it a 2 out of 6? It's mainly because if you took the Lyoko Warriors out of it for one episode and had nothing happen, you would get about as much as this episode provides. Because it's basically about a one off. Theo is his name. He's a new transfer student. He's got the things for Elizabeth. Elizabeth likes the fact that there's an actual guy that wants to actually be around him. Around her. Fancy that. Enough to leave Oric and Odd and even Herb and Nicholas in the dust. Herb is of course the jealous guy trying to get rid of the new squeeze by any means necessary. But of course, because he's Herb, he completely and utterly fails. Nicholas just tags along because poor kid has nothing else to do. If you wouldn't if you wouldn't know that it's a life or death by electrocution attack going on, you would think this is a simple romantic love triangle jealousy plot, which is exactly what it is. Sadly, you could have put Rourke and Yumi in this situation, and it would have meant more. I mean, basically, the attack locks him in the school cafeteria. Xana does the one fatal mistake of not activating the attack 2 minutes before he actually does, locking Jeremy and Yumi in the cafeteria too. That's his one hole. That's it. If not for that small notion, which by the way, Yumi goes solo and basically makes it look easy. Aelita uses self-sacrifice as a trick, basically by trying to sacrifice herself to two crabs, but the two crabs end up lasering each other because Yumi's smart enough to tackle her out of the way. Really simple stuff. But outside of that, that's pretty much the episode. Long and short of it. Even the namesake of the episode isn't really used to any dramatic irony or effect. It's just there for a name. I dare say, if not for the girl in my dreams being worse, this would be the second episode you could skip. In fact, I would recommend it. You're not really seeing anything interesting or anything viable here. You could straight up skip to the next episode, which happens to be Amnesia, which is a more interesting and more thought provoking plot until we skip this one for the birds. But because I promised all 94, this is one of them drawbacks. Amnesia gets a 2 out of 6. Well, claustrophobia does. Amnesia might as well get 1 too at this rate, but thankfully, I hope it doesn't. Amnesia might well get a 4, considering when we have low points, we're instantly introduced with a high one. So, we'll see. But claustrophobia, 2 out of 6. You could skip it, long and short of it. Thankfully, Sissy does it good. In fact, she's really the only thing good about the episode. The horror. See you next week. Find peace in your own nirvana. I hope.